Bitcoin hitting a record high this week as a number of regulatory bills move through the House. One bill, the Genius Act, would regulate stablecoins. It's expected to be signed by the president today. Joining us now is Deputy Treasury Secretary Michael Faulkender. It's great to have you on. Beyond adding legitimacy to crypto and safety to crypto, what do you think this bill allows for when it comes to the system?
Great to be with you. Yeah, it's a great day for the American people because we are going to provide regulatory and legislative clarity to the use of stablecoins for modernizing the payment system. You know, as we identify new ways to use technology, we can more quickly, more cheaply, and more securely facilitate payment around the world. And so what this is going to do is it's going to even further cement the dollar as the world's reserve currency, because by making it easier for people trading internationally, for imports and exports, for trade even domestically to take place through electronic means, through blockchain technology, by providing this legislative clarity for those participating in this space, they know the rules of the road, they know how to operate, and it'll bring faith to the American people on how to negotiate, how to make payments, how to utilize these new systems. Let me also make one other point about this. This innovation has been going on, and if we do not provide this kind of clarity, then what's going to happen is the innovation is going to take place abroad. And the last thing that the American people want to see, or that people who have values of the West, the last thing they want to see is the Chinese taking the lead on international standard setting. And so by providing clear rules of the road, that then facilitates us working with partners around the world to have the U.S. system of stablecoins be the dominant means by which we engage in electronic commerce.
It's clear who the winners are. I mean, we just showed a few of them: Coinbase, Robinhood, Circle, everyone the crypto companies. Who are the losers? Does this hurt ultimately the credit card issuers if it makes cross-border transactions with crypto more legit?
Yeah. I think what it does is it changes the way it provides new competition in the foreign remittance space. So rather than being reliant on sending, foreign wires, using correspondent banking relationships that can sometimes take 24, 48, 72 hours to move money internationally, you can, in minutes, if not faster, securely, cheaply send money around the world and thereby facilitate even faster trade than what takes place when we're using these more, let's call it historic ways of making payments internationally. So, I have said before, if I were still operating a very traditional foreign remittance type business, then this is quite an emerging challenge to that traditional structure.
Like a MoneyGram, those kind of companies.
Yeah. Who are the losers? A question rarely asked in this space, because usually it's our bags. No, rarely asked. I actually kind of like that. Who are the losers when it comes to these bills? We talked about yesterday how I believe the U.S. government is starting to latch on to the stablecoin idea for kind of twofold. One, they're claiming for strength of the dollar. I have no idea how that will turn out. I'm not sure anyone really knows how that will turn out. They're banking on these stablecoins buying and holding treasuries, making the dollar stronger. But really, they're looking to make money. They smell that profit, likely from Tether's trail, and they're going after it. They're trying to get their piece before that piece, and I think he said it there, slips into China's hands, really. I think that is kind of the thing going on here. Today, we have, after yesterday's votes, correct me if I'm wrong, the Genius Act is going to be signed today. Now, I've saw rumors that actually it's the Genius Act, the CBDC Act, and whatever the other one was, like all three of them, but I can't actually substantiate where that came from. Twitter is a strange place. You read stuff, you never know you never know what's real, you never know it's fake. But at least one will at least have Trump signing the Genius Act. That is what I know. That'll happen in about 23 minutes. We're going live today. Not quite as spicy of a day as we've had all week. I am thankful for there to be so much to talk about, so much going on in the charts, that I'm streaming a lot more regularly. We're doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Now we're almost doing every day of the week. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the spice. I'm thankful for you guys being here. If you could, as we're getting started, we're going to take a look at as many charts as we can before the signing happens. We're going to take a look at as many charts as we can, but before, please smash the like button. If you haven't hit the like button, help hype up the stream. Happy Friday. I'm going to pull up the chat here. I didn't read the chat much yesterday, I admit. So I will try to do a better job of that today. Nice 320 something viewers. Let's go, boys. Get those numbers up. Get them up. Why no pump? We'll look into that. Let's go over to corn first. Let me see. I have not checked in on the corn. Not a great day for the price of Bitcoin right now. Not loving. Not apparently in love with the Stablecoin Act. Remember, it doesn't really do anything for anything else. The Stablecoin Act and the Clarity Act, that was the third one. These aren't really to our bags. What they do, though, is they do codify some law into crypto into law, which is a long overdue process. Important to the bigger picture, but shorter term impacts of these things, I think, is anyone's guess. The stablecoin market cap may explode here over the next few months. I wouldn't expect an instant explosion like next day, but I think we'll see many companies get into that realm, especially once there is a cookie cutter, copy pasta, ready to ship version of stablecoins. I think we'll see them explode. We'll likely see some kind of mania around that over the next few years. You know, maybe not this cycle, could even be in the next cycle, but where like every store, every business has their own stablecoin for some reason. You know, they might not even know what they're doing with it, but I could see a future where that happens. Let's blast off. Let's go, boys. So we do have 20 minutes. We got all the boys, all the gals here in the stream. What's up, Redbeard? Adu Harman, Alexandra G, how are you, darling? Happy Friday. Alpha Gamer, Apollo Tick, Bajorn, B-Man, Boss Mac, Kane Van Der Heedy, Capper Die, Crypto Lover, Das Peach, Emilio, Janix, Josh McCollum, Martial Law, Mick, NBF Forum, Pegless, Ronald Grump, Sneed, SP1K3 Gaming, Real Purple Tie, how are you? The William, Toddy B, Tillin McPooch. Happy Friday, Tillin. Toddy B, I did that one. Truckin', Pennyweights, you guys are here in the beginning. I'm sure there's more. Who else is here? If you're here today, let me know. Hit that like button. Bitcoin's selling off a little bit here. Have people moved from Bitcoin into XRP? Now, that is a great question. That is a question worth making a video and a clickbait title on YouTube about. I think that is what people are searching for today. What is going on? While Ethereum continues its climb and is doing very, very good, it's at 3,600 still. XRP broke its all-time high recently, and if you remember last year at the Q4, at the end of Q4, a lot of people were starting to get interested in this space, and particularly with XRP as it was blasting off and the rest of the market was not quite as hot. I think that is the question on most people's minds. So I will do my best to answer that in the time we have. We do see Bitcoin selling off today. We are down, let's see, not even 2%, 1.5% here. What are we looking like on the week? Let's zoom out for a second. Our weekly is now red. Not a comfortable place to be after hitting all-time highs. I talked about this with XRP hitting all-time highs and saying, oh, you really want to see that price continue. You want to see it show strength, enter price exploration, continue to the upside, and hold those gains. Well, Bitcoin retracing back to the close, actually lower than the close of last week here at 17.5. Not the end of the world. If I were to speculate right this moment, I would say there is a good chance that there was some rotation. Here we go. Into Circle. We saw Circle this morning rocket. We were talking about this chart literally yesterday, I believe, and I said probably looking to take profit and not looking to ride this all the way up. But rocket up to 262 and back down this morning. Isn't that weird? You get like good news for stablecoins and you get this price action. Only in crypto. Likely, we are seeing some of this capital rotate to Coinbase. Coinbase has been lagging throughout the, last 4 years in its IPO stage. And just now, today, all right, let's go. Just today, broke its all-time high, reaching $443. What a trip. This chart, though, has looked so strong for so long. If you invert it, this is one giant blow-off top on a bull market into a bear market. I think that Coinbase has a lot more upside potential here. If we just use our fib tool like we do on everything, we might be looking at a $2,000 Coinbase. I'm not sure what they're valued at right now or what a 4 or 5x would do to that market cap if that's in the realm of reality or fantasy. But that's the analysis we apply to everything with no bias, and it has done us pretty well over the years. Better than other random guesses here, I'd say. So we see some, I'm sure, some capital rotation into coin, some into Circle. But the question was XRP. So XRP, I know this is on everyone's mind. We'll look at some charts here for XRP, some price predictions, so we can hit the SEO, hit all those goodies on Ripple. Ripple definitely rocketing here. How's that daily? Daily close yesterday, monstrous daily close. $3.48, reaching as high as $3.55 yesterday, and into today up to $3.65. Now, I do want to look at the whole chart of XRP. You got to go to the crypto. You can't look on exchange. I won't have the full history. We can see even with the sell-off today, it is still at all-time highs. That is wild. It is wild to me that this is happening. Good for you, Ripple guys. The argument of, are people rotating? So I'm going to have to maybe back off that, or maybe say, I don't think so. If you look at the candles today, Bitcoin is down, and so is XRP, down, still basically at all-time high, but not what I would expect to see if I were going to make the claim that there is definitive rotation going on here. Now, there is a chart that will show us this exactly, and we'll pull that up right now. We looked at this yesterday, and oh wow, we made some rather interesting conclusions or predictions yesterday based on this. We're looking for, I believe it was like a 20% upside against BTC. Yesterday closed 14%. Today, actually a net neutral, back up to that resistance. So this is the exact chart you're looking for. If you're wondering, are people selling Bitcoin, buying XRP, or vice versa? This is the chart that you want to check out. XRP BTC is almost back to January highs. That is this is impressive. Not many charts look like this. In the bigger picture, XRP, you can look at this either way. You can say, well, there's a lot more room to run. There's a lot of upside potential still left. Or you can say, well, it's already put on some gains. Maybe I'm going to look, maybe I'm looking for this pair to top out. At the moment, I'm going to go ahead and say, I think that this is going to continue past January's high in valuation against Bitcoin. I'm not convinced it's going back to all-time high, but that doesn't need to happen. I mean, even 2x on this pair, or even, honestly, even a small percent gain on this pair can be equivalent to massive gains in the dollar value. But this is the question that we're looking for. This is telling us that there has been, in some ways, since July started, July 6th, we have seen XRP gain against Bitcoin. There has been some rotation from Bitcoin into XRP. Today, not necessarily, and this is what's interesting to me, as both have a red candle on the day, they're actually selling off at the same rate in today's trading day. And we see that here as XRP BTC is literally 0% change. That means that they both have moved down at the exact same pace, which is interesting. They're moving more in tandem. I think that there is an argument to be made that there is rotation going on here. I don't think specifically today, but over the last few weeks, absolutely. Let me see. What do we got still? 12%. I know we did something really cool. I'm gonna have to go back and find that. We looked at like a 20% gain, and we had a number that we were going to look for based on that. 12%. We do have the weekend coming up. It's going to be lower volatility, lower volume in general. I'm skeptical. There's definitely two ways you could play this. I know this is what people want to do. They want to just enter the long here. XRP's up. I've already seen the Reddit comments of, should I buy XRP now? And of course, the answer, guys, is always, no, you don't want to buy stuff at all-time high. Of course. I mean, the age-old saying, buy high, sell low. Of course not. But there are times where there's really no choice. You're at this kind of two-path setup now is, do you believe that we are in the only up phase of this bull run? Or do you believe that that hasn't quite come yet? And we're probably going to have to wait till like Q4 to see that. I think either are valid. No one really knows. I would say Q4 simply because that fits the 4-year cycle. That fits what we've seen. What we've seen, has at times been a good predictor of what happens, but is never perfect. If that is true, and we are going to see kind of this quarter cool off a little bit and then pick back up in Q4, I think that the play is still further down for XRP. I think at least a $3 entry would be great. Now, if you have the FOMOs, right, and you simply cannot control yourself, what I like to do is, you're feeling the FOMO right now. Let's say you have $1,000 to invest. Maybe you take 100 of it, a small percent, and you just buy right now, because that can help you knock out that FOMO. It can help you defeat the feeling of what if it goes up forever? What if it never goes back down? A feeling that we all get when we start investing and trading, a feeling that reality will soon humble you about. It never actually happens. But I like to take a tiny amount and just buy it. And that way I can say, okay, now I'm not like feeling left out. I didn't get in what I wanted to if it only goes up. But hey, that's the best case scenario, is it only goes up, right? Your investment is done well. That leaves you with most of what you're looking to invest to enter at what I would call like a realistic, better entry. There's no guarantee that XRP will come back down to $3. I would say over the course of time, over the next 4 years, virtually guaranteed. No, I don't even want to say virtually. As close to a guarantee as I can give you. XRP will trade at $3 again at some point. This would be, even in my opinion, a little bit aggressive. I think this is if you're looking to ride kind of that this quarter is going to be the blow off top for alts. I'm looking for that move to the upside. I think that $3 entry is solid. 250 down here, still sitting untested, still a delicious spot to look for a position if you're looking for an XRP position. But all of these are, again, you have to take this with a grain of salt. You're buying up. XRP is at the highest prices it's been in its history, and it's been hanging out here all year. You've had opportunity to buy at about half of this price at about 150. If you didn't want it then, ask yourself, why do you want it now? You're feeling the FOMO. If you're already in XRP, great. Good for you, especially if you got in before this year. If you're looking for upside targets, I think $5.50, $5 is a really realistic, very achievable target. Probably, for this cycle, I could say higher, but even for the shorter term, if we see total crypto market cap continue to rally, I think that $5-ish is a very reasonable shorter term target. Of course, I believe that'll probably have to wait till the next week starts. We'll see what happens. But XRP, rotation, Bitcoin, it's definitely going on. It's definitely going on. I don't think it is the factor of what's happening here today with this red candle. I don't think that's really the driver here. I think that we have a heated market, and that heated market is kind of shifting our attention. If we are in the depths of the bull run, yeah, the XRP's market cap is already very high. Exactly why I'm I don't want to say skeptical, but hesitant to really throw out big numbers like $13, right? Now, by the end of this bull cycle, we see a true alt season. $13 is definitely doable for XRP. This would be under the condition that likely the total crypto market cap has expanded well beyond 5 trillion, maybe for like 10 trillion kind of thing. But with its market cap so large right now, to see that quadruple is a difficult task. A difficult task. To put it this way, if this is happening, if we are going here, we're going to see a lot of hype. We're going to see a lot of like FOMO and energy. And while we've seen the start of that, we've gotten a little taste. I don't think we're really there in the mania quite yet. The mania will be a sign, though. It will likely usher that in. But you have some good upside targets. You're doing well. I sold. I'll be transparent. I told you guys on the way up last year, I sold most of my XRP, more than half of it, at $2. Am I regretting it now, like David Portnoy? A little bit. A little bit. You have to put it into perspective, though. I was looking at my portfolio. I still have a few $1,000s of XRP, right? But even if I had never sold any of it, I would have somewhere in the 5 figures. And then you have to think, how far do I think XRP can go? Even if it went to like $35, let's say, because it's at like $350. If you have $10,000 of XRP right now, and it goes to $35, which is a huge gain, one that would honestly really surprise me, really kind of blow me away. It is possible in crypto, but you'd only have 100 grand. And I know only 100 grand is a really privileged, crazy thing to say, but like, it's just not good. It's not life changing, right? It's not that crazy. That's how I'm trying to look at this. Is I sold a lot of it, but even if it goes well beyond my expectations, the total amount I would have is just not going. It's not like big compared to my portfolio. It's not going to totally like change my portfolio in the way that I don't know, some other things have in the past. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. Alt season may be here. We got to go quick because Trump should be speaking or signing this very soon. Thankfully, though Bitcoin is down, total crypto market cap is holding on to its all-time high. I want to see this weekly close up here, and I want to see that move towards 5 trillion. As long as we're above there, things are looking good. Things are looking on track. You'll notice green weekly candle for total, but red for Bitcoin. An unusual setup as of, I want to say the last few years. We haven't seen that happen very often. This is easily explained and shown to you in Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance may very well be giving us its first sign of weakness. I thought we're going higher. I'm still not totally convinced we aren't, but it is absolutely showing weakness here. Looking at our quarter, dominance is actually only down about 5%, but this is on a scale of 0 to 100, so percents are a little weirder. But we are bearish engulfing the entire last quarter's gains of dominance. When you zoom back into the monthly, it's a pretty droopy candle. I don't believe that it is that much different than what we saw in November of last year, which is interesting because aren't those vibes kind of coming back around? We saw our first little taste of an alt season in November of last year. And remember, that's when XRP ran towards its all-time high. We saw things like XLM also move and obviously others, but similar kind of taste here. Single, really ugly candle, and that did not end the rally. Even though in December it traded even lower, it did not end the rally. It is time, I would say, to start thinking about alt season coming. I know it's a crazy concept considering some influencers have literally every single day, every single month since 2022 said alt season was coming, and probably got you guys wrecked, or is imminent, probably got you wrecked. But it'd be the time to start considering it. I had a line in the sand, but maybe I had spoken a little too hastily. So looking at this channel, I think I'm still going to kind of look at this channel and go by this. I was saying breaking May's low is a very good signal that alt season is here. Ethereum trading up against Bitcoin, holding 3,300, very good sign. All those signs are here. We see total 3 breaking out towards all-time high as well. All of the pieces of the altcoin puzzle are here. Dominance is showing the weakness. I think this is really what I'm gonna do. We have this ascending channel. We can see we've broken the mid channel, showing weakness. Lower low versus May. I'm looking here. I'm looking here at around 60%. I could see a bounce happen here that would take us back up. Losing or just falling through about 60%, I think, is going to be a very confirming signal that it's all time. It's all time, baby. There's still a little bit of hope, but man, this is cutting it very, very close. It is hard to bet against total 3 right now. This has been an amazing call for us on this channel. We saw total 3 break May's high, and we said, all right, it's going to all-time high, just like total did. And day over day over day, since then, it has marched up there. Here is kind of what I'm thinking. Total 3 moves to all-time high, probably breaks it a little bit, then reverses. Then we see dominance reverse. Maybe dominance goes for that blow off top. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it just goes for lower high in its alt season. But I think we see some kind of reversal at that all-time high. A pullback, probably not going to be lucky enough to get a full May pullback before blast off. Some kind of higher low and jolly alt season. That could take, timing-wise, that could take all the way into Q4. Wouldn't be surprised if it does, honestly. I think it's still looking at Q4. But total 3 is showing the way. Bitcoin dominance is giving us signs. ETH-BTC showing strength, and XRP-BTC showing strength. The 2 riders of the apocalypse, right, of the Bitcoin dominance apocalypse. Ethereum is continuing to climb to 0.33 as predicted. All the pieces are there. Everything's here. All right, I got all the stuff I want to talk about in. We have a few minutes, maybe. Trump's usually late. Almost 1,000 viewers. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Trump's usually late to these things, or at least the streams are usually late. Some timing is saying 2:40 now. I'm just going to keep my eyes peeled. If anybody notices a live feed anywhere of it happening, and be careful because there's going to be a lot of fake live feeds of Trump signing like old stuff. It's crazy how many there are on YouTube. This is weird. Hold up. I'm looking, just refreshing. I have the White House's live stream feed pulled up. They're not anything scheduled. CNBC has something for 2:40. If anybody has any more info, let me know. But let me read the chat. Let me see what you guys are looking at. What's happening here? Nothing on AP yet, yeah. He's on the moon for some reason. Cheese sauce. Lechetta, what's up, bro? What's up, Sneed? Nothing on AP. Yeah, I think we got a little bit of time. How long do you have to be here to get a wrench? I don't know. How long do you have to be there? Trump signed crypto bills into law. Sell the news event. I mean, I would say no. Considering it's already moving down. He hasn't signed it yet. What's up, Leonard? Dude Tang, like button activated. We only have 160 likes and almost 1,000 viewers. What's happening? We have 500 votes in the poll. These numbers never make any sense to me. I need you all right now to double check that you've hit that like button, that you've subscribed to our channel, jumped in the Discord. You know the deal. 159. It's crazy to me. It's crazy. You have almost 1,000 viewers. Where are all the thumbs up? They're free, you know. What's up, Colorado Trader? Dodge, 22 cents, too much? Well, Bitcoin is moving down, or has been moving down today. It's giving back some of its gains. When you go to a lower time frame, it doesn't look as concerning. It just doesn't really look like anything. Just kind of, and maybe like a diamond, actually. I don't like the diamond. I don't wish it. I could see like a diamond-ish pattern here. I wish there was a diamond tool. I don't like using this polyline thing to do it. There we go. This could be diamond-ish, which would not be good. Typically, we've seen these lead to reversal, right? You can place this however you want. Doesn't really matter. But hanging out here hasn't really moved. We've seen the things that were running, like XRP even pulling back, Ethereum pulling back today. Though, maybe putting in that low, maybe bouncing. Back testing 3,500, looking to move back up. This, to me, feels very much just like a very average shakeout. We've moved up. We rocketed. Things went right to resistance. Like, look at XLM. That actually looked like it was going to break yesterday. Right to resistance. We saw so many charts do that. And now they're just chilling. Profits are being taken. People are getting shaken out of their positions that aren't really feeling it. Wow, look. Even Sol went almost all the way to 189. That's nice. That's actually very nice. This is just feeling very average for shakeout for bullish market. Very average. Everything is down a little bit. I wouldn't get too concerned. The comment that started this was Doge reversed at 22. I wouldn't get too concerned about anything like that at the moment. The whole market is just relaxing, and this is what this is why I say bull market reminiscent is. This is like its flow. Its flow, in my observation in the past, has been Bitcoin moves. Everything gets crushed under kind of the weight of Bitcoin moving. We've seen that happen over the last 3 years. Realistically, that's been the last 3 years. Then Bitcoin will reach some kind of new high, similar to right now, and it will do basically nothing. Sometimes it'll have like a quick sell off, like a 10% pullback, snaps back up, it wicks, and just kind of moves sideways. And it gives people time to start worrying, kind of reverse their greed for fear, doubt their confidence in the rally. And when that happens, after it's moved sideways long enough, the attention has shifted to alts. And we actually have seen that happen right here. We've seen that happen in the last few days. Ethereum, XRP in people's view. People are tuning in just for XRP, just for Ethereum again. And as our attention shifts over to those alts, we'll find that we almost always, as a group, as a herd, will almost always shift our attention to them right as they are at the top of their local move, right at the top. Like, let's say XLM here, looking for a retrace. People who we're looking at is at right at resistance, they're buying, it retraces, everything else then moves. We see like the rest of the market make up some of that ground while the one you chased is moving down. And you start thinking, oh man, I made the wrong choice. I picked the only loser. I was too late, blah, blah, blah. And then you end up selling that coin. Let's say this happens, right? You end up selling that coin right at the support because it will move down and stay there. You end up selling it because you see everything else moving. You got to get out of this. You got to get into the next thing just to then watch that move up and your coin that you jumped into do the same move down towards support. This kind of seesawing price action has been fundamental to every bull run I've seen. Hasn't really happened in this one, but maybe it's beginning to happen. Maybe we're starting to see this. But be very careful. It is weird to say because it's been so long since we've been in a true bullish market. But the hardest trading is the bull run. And it is for the reason I just described. It seems like it's free money. It feels like it's free money. Everyone says how easy it is. Get rich quick, right? The people who do the best typically do the least in the bull run. They're not jumping from coin to coin. They're not trying to catch the next wave. They packed their bags and they're ready for their trip. Typically those people do the best. The reason it's so hard is you'll get caught. You'll get chopped up in these waves. And what happens is it's like a double hit. I'm looking at Litecoin right now. It's like a double hit because while you're getting chopped, your portfolio is still kind of moving up in dollar value, and it makes you believe that you're doing well. You think, oh, I'm winning, so I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, right? Because my dollar value is going up. But what's happening is you are just losing out to the rally. You're not keeping up with simply Bitcoin's gains or the market's gains. You'll walk away with some tiny little percent versus doing nothing, kind of grabbing these bigger gains. But what really happens is people who do that, they get chopped up. They have less and less and less and less without knowing it. And what always happens is they end up buying into something and just holding it all the way back down into the bear market. So they have so much less by the time they make this position, and they just watch that already reduced position virtually become nothing over the next few years. So don't be fooled by people that say this is going to be the easiest trading. If we are in the bull time, which it is looking more and more likely, the real bull time. We've been in a bull market for years, but the full bull, we'll call it. This is the hard time. This is the time that most people get wrecked, and it sounds strange, but this is when most people lose everything. That doesn't even include over leveraging, which is just, don't think people just get liquidated. This should be starting soon. And by the way, if you're looking for help navigating this bull run, check out joincrowncrypto.com. It's our new premium group. Every new member, until we're unable to offer this anymore, I will give a little bit of my time every month. We're going to get a little one-on-one mentoring. I'm going to help walk you through this process, so check it out. It's a big value we're just beginning to offer now. We offered that in 2021. It went well. I just got overburdened. Anyway, where is this bill? I feel like this is the longest 30 minutes of my life. Just kidding. Hold up. Anybody find it yet? What's up, Das Peachin? It is easy to lose money. It is. It is. Easier than it sounds. Sounds easy. Wait, where did this come from? I wonder if I moved that accidentally. What's up, Leonard? What's up, brothers? Which browser do I use? I use Brave browser and Chrome. Brave browser was like a cool idea back in the day. Never really... I think it took off a little bit as a browser, but I don't think it ever really took off as like a coin. They have a BAT coin that I think is still at the same price it started at, basically. What's up, Bat Buzzard? Quinn, how you doing, bro? Tom farming that BAT token? I did. I was one of the original BAT creators. Like, if you have the browser and you do the ads or whatever, I think it still does, like, send me some. But I think the total amount I made on that is like pennies. Making an exit plan, sticking to it. Amen. XRP always used to move last as well. That's what people used to say about Litecoin. which is unsettling, as Litecoin reached $112 today. Unsettling. Pump, pump, You know, let me look at this quick. Oh, Litecoin, please just blast off, son. Please make me rich. Make my dreams come true. This should just be 100. Litecoin, I mean, this is a crazy chart, man. Look at these quarters. Look at these quarterly candles. 107, 105, 102. Like, higher lows. I've been saying this for almost a decade. Although many coins actually have this kind of weird quarterly thing going on. Like, you look at Ethereum. This is kind of spooky. I don't want to FUD anybody out. I saw this last night, and it did make me wonder if I should close my Ethereum long. Check this out on the quarters. 3,659. It's like a double top on the quarters from 2021 into 2024. That being said, even if it is a double top there, you do have a higher low. So retesting that double top is a more bullish attempt this time. But a lot of coins have this kind of scary quarterly setup. I don't know. Probably not with XRP. Weird quarters. Strange quarters. Wonder if it's on the Bitcoin pair. Kinda. A bunch of wicks from the quarters and around this price. I don't know. All right, maybe this is starting. Hold up. This is their music. Okay. And their wobbly camera. This feed brought to you by CNBC TV 18. I haven't been to the gym all week. I feel like shit. What is this? What is this? Are they gonna start dancing? I feel like they're gonna start doing like TikTok dances, like. What's happening? I don't know. Hopefully this guy's not gonna be in the way the whole time. He does not look happy. What in the world is going on? That is so loud, too. Yeah, dude, Vance should just come out and start breaking it down. That'd be awesome. He would earn mad points in my book if he just like got up there and started dancing, but like had moves. If he like, had moves, that could be a game changer. See if this ever starts. We're already 11 minutes late. Room full of people I don't trust yet. A room full of people who don't know what crypto is. What's up, Tanver Singh? I see you subscribing. By the way, guys, as Trump is about to come sign this historic bill, as the music gets louder and louder and louder, they just keep tuning that music up. Please help the stream by engaging. Send a message in the live chat, subscribe, like, share. Don't let the energy drop. What is with these tunes? I feel like I'm gonna get a copyright strike from their music. Like, what is this? I don't know. Happy Friday, fam. Happy Friday. What is the Trump dance? Come on, Vance, get out there. Get out there and dance, Vance. deciding how I want to do this. What is actually happening? What is actually happening? This is chaos. This is chaos. What is actually happening here? This is like different songs are like splicing into each other, and then the volume keeps going up and down and up and down. I don't know. Now we're zooming in on this guy. How's this guy doing, I wonder? Is he doing all right? How's this guy doing? He's saying, and that's when they passed. They passed. But I know. The chickens. I don't know. I'm trying to read his lips. I'm not good at that, apparently. The chickens were this big. I think he's talking about chickens for some reason. Probably talking about pecans, actually, now that I think about it. Because why wouldn't he be talking about pecans? It's the most important issue of our day and time. We are now 15 minutes past when this was supposed to start. Ever made any crypto music for myself like CryptoPhase did? Well, I don't have Crown Chakra to make it. Oh my god, dude. I have to turn this down on my headphones. I don't have Crown Chakra to make it. We have the 𝐒𝐈𝐆𝐍 song, the chairman of the board song. 𝐂𝐨𝐶 has made us a song. There he is. There's Vance. Start dancing, Vance. Your name rhymes with dance, Vance. Do it. And he looking great. He looked good. He's looking healthy. Less eyeliner than usual. Looking healthy. Got a good hairline. Never noticed that. He got a good hairline. I need a haircut. I guess no dance from Vance, unfortunately. This is the Epstein Island playlist. That is the best comment. That is by far the best comment. Have I checked in on BitBoy? I have no way of checking in on BitBoy. Nor, I don't have a way to do it. And I also do not have the desire or drive to do it. Shout out to Crown Chakra. Great name, and they make great music. There's a party in your pants, Vance. A pants party, Vance, perhaps. I'm just gonna have to like get up there and dance for 15 minutes. I should learn all of like the Fortnite dances and TikTok dances just so I can like, when things are boring, just like whip them out. You know, just like whip out moves. What do you guys think? Yes or no? Plus, I just think that's a cool skill. Aren't you always? I don't know if you guys can dance out there, but aren't you always jealous of people? Like that one guy in your friend group who just like has moves. It just, aren't you jealous? I'm always jealous of that guy. I'm always like, I wish I could do that. I have good physical control. I just never did like lessons. You have to have dance lessons, or you have to be less pale than I. One of the two. Apparently, people can call into BitBoy's prison and request to speak to him. I'm not doing that. Not a chance. Nah. I don't. The thing is, bro, I don't have anything to say to him. Look at Vance having a great time. Dance, Vance, dance. I don't have anything to say to BitBoy. Really, like all the things that you think I would say now, like how are you doing? Are you all right? Like I said to him while this was all unfolding, and he didn't have any interest with communicating with me. So, yeah. The handler. So I'll make a song with my clips. I will make a pledge. I will not copyright strike anyone who uses my audio to make a song. Please be respectful. Please be respectful on that. Please. I'm gonna get clowned. Who said that yesterday? Someone in here had a great idea for a segment. Crowned or clowned? Crowned or clowned segment. It's like where you win or you're winning or losing. I thought that was funny as hell. I can dance if I want to. Maybe I'll just learn to sing. You got me? Thank you, bro. Kelly Kellum. What's up, my friend? He's not in prison. He's in a mental health care facility. Actually, Kelly, I'm very glad you said that because that makes me much happier to know he is not in prison and that he is in a care facility. That's where he should be. The man needs help. He doesn't need a cell. Like a cell doesn't help. A cell doesn't help anyone that he's harmed. It doesn't help him. He needs to be getting help. Crowned, clowned, or browned? Coming. I don't know about the brown part. The safety dance. Dude, this is never going to start. This is already 20 minutes late. It's never going to start. What's up, Trade Intuition? How you doing, man? Crowned, drowned. In his browned Litecoin bags. Yeah, dude. Please pump. Please pump Litecoin. I'm at the point where I just beg. I wake up and I beg the chart daily. I think, like, this is the problem. I still think this. Nothing has changed. This chart's so bullish. It looks just like XRP before XRP broke out. Identical.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
Here we
President
go.
of the United States.
Am I having a stroke, or is this like the Here Comes the Bride melody? I might be having a stroke. There he is. God bless America.
Thank you very much.
What's up, Denzel? How are you, buddy?
Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome, bro. You're totally welcome. I'm here for you. What can I say? Thank you for shouting me out, Trump. If you're tuning in, you just heard Donald Trump acknowledge our stream. Please hit the like button and subscribe.
Keep going. We worked hard.
Okay,
We
I will.
worked hard.
All right, all right.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay. Don't twist my arm. Ooh, ADA.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. ADA broke
we
out.
worked hard. It's a very important act, the Genius Act. They named it after me, and I want to thank you. I want to thank you.
Fun.
This is a hell of an act. You know, I did something very unusual. I said, this has been something, it's been, a lot of people thought it was impossible, some of the things that have been done. And of course, the great big, I added the word great, the great big beautiful bill, that was something that nobody thought possible. They thought it would be in anywhere from 7 to maybe 3, I'll go the opposite direction, but 3 to 7 different bills. And we said, let's just put it in one, because this way there's something for everyone. And there really is. There's a lot of things for everyone. And when we get the word out how great that is for every single person in this country, virtually, and all they have is a soundbite, death. You know what their soundbite is? Death.
What?
Aren't they nice, death? They are the most incompetent people. They've lost their confidence.
What?
They've lost everything, if you think about it.
What are we talking about?
But Jasmine Crockett is on her way. She's on her way. That's just,
What?
she's the new star of the Democrat Party, Jasmine Crockett.
What are we talking
They're in
about,
big
bro?
trouble. But I have to tell you,
What?
that was
Like,
great.
I'm not
This
even
was
making
great.
fun of
And,
him.
I am so tired of making phone calls at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, getting calls from our great speaker. Sir, we have
Not talking about
12
Powell.
hard no's. I say, Mike, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. We have 12 hard no's. The good news is I call up, hello, Jim, how are you? Sir, you have my
What?
vote. Boom. Sir, you have my vote. I really they just want a little love. Unfortunately, it's always the same. It's always the same 12 people. That's it's 5 senators and it's 12.
I thought we were signing the bill. I might be mistaken. He started with the bill.
And I
It seems
actually
like he
said to
only started
John
with it so he
Thune,
could
I
call
said
himself
to
a
Mike,
genius.
I said, listen, I want to have a party, but not to those people that I have to speak to endlessly every time. And they're wonderful because they always seem to come through, other than a couple. Rand Paul Jr. from the Congress and Rand Paul from...
Wait, is
no,
this
other
live?
than a
This
few
is live?
people. But I said, I want to have them over. We're going to have a party for everybody in Congress, everyone in Congress except 12. We're going to have, and Mike is down. I mean, the whole group. Where are those 12 people? They're the only people I don't see. We could do it today. We don't have to vote. And I would say, of the 53 senators, 48. We're going to have 48 in here. You won't even have to come to that one. But these are the greatest people because they always vote yes, and we don't have to go crazy. You trust us, we trust you. And it's been a very special group of people. We really do. I mean, 96% phenomenal. and 4% extremely difficult. Do you agree with that? But they get there, most of them, not all of them. Those are the ones we really don't like. But I want to thank you all for being here. This is really a big day. This afternoon, we take a giant step to cement American dominance of global finance and crypto technology as we sign the landmark Genius Act into law. So congratulations to everybody. This is a big deal. You've come a long way since the Biden administration, when they had no idea what you were all talking about, and half of you were under arrest for no reason whatsoever. True, for no reason. And we want to have it, not China. China wasn't actually happy. They were watching this. They like it, and we've got this. We've got AI. We've got a lot of great ones happening, and this is a very big thing. And I want to thank the bill's author, Senator Bill Hagerty, a very good friend of mine.
Bill Hagerty.
Thank you, Bill.
Bill Hagerty's bill.
He's a great guy. He's a great guy. He's a very handsome guy. Looks great. He's got the whole package. But, you know, I got to know him. He was ambassador to Japan, and we had a little problem with Japan on trade. But he was my ambassador to Japan, and I went to Japan, and he is speaking fluently Japanese. I said, did you learn it as a child? No, I just learned it over the last 4 or 5 months. I said, you learned Japanese. Maybe the single hardest language to learn. It's actually breathing rather than, it's breathing. I'm not going to imitate it because we'll end up with a big story, and I don't want that. But he spoke totally fluent Japanese. I said, that's very impressive. And he was introducing me to Mr. Honda.
What is
said,
happening?
oh, are you in the car business? He goes, yes. I said, you're a very rich man. And then he said, Mr. Toyota, right? Toyota. And I said, okay. What business are you in? Let me guess. He said, cars. He was my interpreter. And I was so impressed. And I was getting ready to leave. He said, sir, I'd like to run for the United States Senate. I said, where are you from? He said, Tennessee. I said, well, I love Tennessee, but do they know you there? No, but if you endorse me, I'll win, right? And I endorsed him, and he took a 48-point lead. And they didn't know who the hell he was. And he's turned out to be a great senator. And now they all know who you are. Yeah, so you're fantastic, and we thank you. And just the fact that you're doing this and you understand this is a complicated world, and you understand it, Bill. So you've been great. Thank you very much.
Bill Hagerty.
We're also pleased to be joined by our great Vice President, J.D. Vance. J.D., thank you very much. Good job. And he's been up speaking late at night on the phone. I said, J.D., how about you taking 3 or 4 of these people, please? Because 3 or 4 I cannot speak to. I just can't. And he'd take them, and he'd come through, right, J.D.? Also, Speaker Mike Johnson. He is unbelievable. He's an unbelievable. I mean, if you go by what we're doing, if you keep at this pace, you can't keep it up for another 200 days. But I will tell you this, if you keep up this pace for another week, you go down as the greatest speaker in the House in history. So one more week. One more week. Who needs Tip O'Neill? Who needs Tip O'Neill? He's better looking than Tip O'Neill, too.
I don't know who Tip O'Neill is, so certainly not.
No, he's been going at a fervent pace. Would you say that's right? Your wife probably says, you are crazy. You've been aging beautifully at front. He's an amazing speaker, a great leader, and everybody likes him and respects him, and that's why we're with a very small majority, like 3. We had a time when we were 1. Remember? We said we're 1 heart attack away from losing the House. Then we won a couple of seats and a couple of other. Now we have 7, maybe. Maybe if we're lucky, 7. But we win with, nobody's ever done, I don't think anyone's ever done this before, to win with those small. We had a little help from Tom, too, right? And a lot of other people.
You're welcome. What can I say?
I want to introduce also Secretary Howard Lutnick, who's been fantastic. You have done a great job, Howard.
This is less about the bill than I
We've got
expected.
trade deals coming out of our ears, right? We had so many trade deals. They're all calling so many, and I really mean this too. It's like, how do you deal with so many But, you know, I always say when we send out the paper, that was a deal. They don't want the fake news doesn't want to hear that. When I send out the paper that you're paying 35 or 40% tariff, that's a deal. Then they'll call and see if they can make a little bit different kind of a deal, like opening up their country to trade. In some cases, they've never been opened. But we're doing well, and we have a couple of big ones to announce pretty soon, right? Could almost do it today. Maybe we'll say it. Maybe later on we'll do it. Senator Bernie Moreno, a great victory. Bernie had great victory.
What is going on? I'm actually
victory.
like confused.
That was one of the truly tough races. A lot of
Is
people
this about the bill?
weren't sure anybody could win that seat, and you won it in easy fashion, right? We won it together when you think of it, but you won it in easy fashion. You did a great job. Great guy. House Majority Whip. This is a great leader, Tom Emmer, a great
thank you.
politician
I mean,
and
you
leader.
keep saying Tom. He's winning me back every time he says
Really
Tom.
good.
I guess.
And I like his wife even better. His wife is, she's the boss, but you are married to a fantastic woman, huh? And he knows that, and he likes hearing it because some people don't. You know, they say, "Sir, could you please stop saying that my wife is better than me, sir?" Those are guys that don't usually end up with a good marriage, you know. He's got a great marriage. So thank you, Tom. You really are a fantastic leader and representative. And Representatives Troy Downing, French Hill. Where's French Hill? Where is French? You have been so great. Thank you, French. I spoke to him a little late. He was walking down the hall. I said, French. He said, I'm there, sir. You are great, great, great guy. Everyone respects you, French. You know that. Bill Heisinger. Bill, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good job. Dan Muser. I thought he was going to become the next governor of Pennsylvania, but he likes Congress better, I guess, huh? So, but I think you're terrific, and, you know, I would have always been behind you. That I can tell you. Tim Moore. Tim, thank you, Tim.
Close enough to Tom.
John Rose. John. Hi, John. Thanks. Good job. Brian Style. Brian Style. Still young. Still nice and young. That's good.
I'm ready.
GT
for
Thompson.
this bill.
GT.
I'm ready
Thank
for
you.
the bill.
Andy
bill
Barr,
o'clock,
big
baby.
friend of all of ours. Thank you, Andy. Monica De La Cruz. Monica, she's here
Cool name.
someplace. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Monica. Mike Haradopoulos. Mike. Thank you, Mike. Look good. Mike Lawler, Mr. Salt.
What?
Well, it should guarantee your district. I mean, you worked hard for New York, right? And you're on television, I'm on television, so this should be good for a couple of points. But without you and your couple of friends from New York, that wouldn't have happened. That was not easy, right? Congratulations. Great job. Anna Paulina Luna. Anna
Is that
was
it?
so great. I don't even
Is
if
he
she's
thanking
here or
everyone?
not here. I want to tell you that she is.
Is he thanking everyone that voted for the bill? I genuinely do not know. I will admit my ADD has been very triggered by the story times and the other stuff, more so than even when Powell speaks, because he's usually at least talking about the same thing. Let me know.
Congratulations, Nick. Andy Ogles. Andy, who's a terrific friend. Beth Van Dyne. Beth, thank you, Beth. Great job. Thank you. Thank you very much for the great support. Roger Williams, a great baseball player who also had to take a bullet, unfortunately, but he is a great guy. He was involved in that whole catastrophe, but he's fantastic and has been from day one, along with a lot of other people that I won't call out because I have no idea where the hell you are. I think I saw Jason here somewhere. Where's Jason? Oh, it's lucky I called him. Ooh, it's lucky. They didn't put your name because I invited you at the last moment, right? He was over there doing some business in the White House. But you've been incredible in your position. Nobody knows more about taxes and finance than you do, so we appreciate it, right? Is that true, Howard? It's true. Thanks, Jason. Great job. And you'll help out with that other matter. You make him so strong and powerful, right? Along with Deputy Secretary of Treasury, Michael Faulkender. Where's Michael? Good, Michael. How are you? Good. You'll help out over there, okay? And Ambassador Ken Howry. Ambassador. Thank you, Ken. Great
Is
job,
it
Ken.
normal to thank everyone who voted for a bill?
I also want to recognize some of the countless industry leaders here today, including Brian Armstrong of Coinbase.
Okay, we're getting
You've done
there,
a
we're
good
getting
job, Brian. That's a big deal. Dave Ripley of Kraken. Dave. Thank you, Dave. Jeremy Allaire of Circle. This is a big day. Good job. Good job, Jeremy. Paolo Ardino of Tether. Paolo, thank you, Paolo.
there. Tether, there it is.
Ryan McInerney
all
of
about.
Visa. That's a good company. Thank you. Chris Pavlovsky of Rumble. Chris,
And of the dogs.
what happened to your
Pavlov's
location,
dogs.
Chris? You're always a front row guy. You're just being nice today, I think. Huh? How's Rumble doing? Good? Good. If Rumble's doing good, that means Truth is doing good. Truth.
Yeah.
That's great. You're doing a great job. Thank you, Chris, very much. Vlad Tenev of Robinhood. Vlad, thank you, Vlad. Thank you, Vlad. Good. Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss. These are two
The twins.
smart,
The
handsome
giants.
guys. They got the whole package. They're of Gemini, but they have the whole pack. They're of a lot of things, actually, but Gemini's just the one for today, right? They've got the whole. They've got the look. They've got the genius. Got plenty of cash, and it's great that you're on our side. You guys are great. I can never tell them apart, but their mother can. I asked, can your mother tell you apart? And the answer is yes. Right? Easily, or is it tough for her?
Fun
Easy, I
fact,
think.
their mom cannot.
Good. You guys have been great. Thank you very much. Great to be with you. Let me say, the entire crypto community, for years,
That's us.
you were mocked and dismissed and counted out. You were counted out as little as a year and a half ago. But this signing is a massive validation. And even before this signing, over the last year and a half, I think your stuff has gone up more than any stock, or just about more. A couple of stocks that were pretty good, I will say. But you have certainly, as an industry, gone up more than anybody. Nobody's gained the respect in such a short period of time. But this signing is a massive validation of your hard work and your pioneering spirit and your ability to never give up, because a lot of people would have given up 2-3 years ago. So I want to thank you for contributing to the incredible strength of America. This is going to make it stronger, and congratulations on this incredible achievement. You've made our dollar look really good and strong and powerful. It's good for the dollar, and it's good for the country. And that's why I backed you at an early stage, and I also did it for the votes, because you did come out and vote, I will tell you. And they changed tune, you know, Biden's team, they changed tune right in the middle of the campaign. All of a sudden, they loved you guys. They dropped all charges. They did have, I got you guys out of so much trouble. And you know what? I don't think anybody voted for them, right? Because you remember they treated you very unfairly, actually. So it's a great honor that we were involved. And it was a tremendous amount of support that we got at the polls. We won.
I don't care
Think
about
of it.
the
We
dude,
won
never did.
every swing state. We won by millions of votes. We won the popular vote. We won the districts by 2,750. Think of that, to 505. Different districts too, by the way. Every once in a while that number can change, but it doesn't change by much. The map was almost totally red, and you guys were with us right from the beginning. Exactly 1 year ago
To the bill.
this month,
To the
many of you
bill.
were with me in Nashville, Tennessee. Do you remember that day,
there.
right?
Yeah, I was
That was
there.
a
I
big
remember that
day,
day.
Nashville, Tennessee, when
It
we
was
became, and I
reminiscent
became
of
the
today.
first president.
It was reminiscent of this speech, actually, as someone who was there.
Conference, and at this time and at that time, crypto builders and founders were under relentless assault by the Biden administration, which was trying to crush your industry and crush you as people and go after your families. And they were a vicious group of people. You know, people don't realize it. They were vicious, incompetent, but vicious. Well, Joe was an incompetent guy, but he was always known as a vicious guy.
Oh, my God.
I guess if you're going to be in that, you're probably off. If they're incompetent is better, right? Because you don't want to have a vicious guy that's competent. If you did, I wouldn't be standing here today, right? But I pledged that we would bring back American liberty and leadership and make the United States the crypto capital of the world, and that's what we've done. And under the Trump administration, this is only going further. You're going to do really well. I mean, I'm so proud of what you've done in the last couple of years, and very important on day one. I remember I did this and I said this and I mentioned this name, and I got the greatest applause of the whole campaign. We fired Joe Biden's SEC chair, Gary Gensler. We fired him.
People did love that. People hated Gary. Hated Gary. Sign the bill. Sign the bill. Sign the bill.
But I remember I was making a speech, and you know, it was just a line in a speech. And I said, and I will fire Gary Gensler.
Yep, I remember that too.
Exploded. I
remember that too. He said it over and over again then.
What the hell
He
did that
kept
guy
saying
do?
it then. It was interesting.
There was a lot of hatred there, I'll tell you. And it turned out, as I got familiar with everything, it turned out you were absolutely right. In his place, I appointed a visionary chairman who wants America to build the future and not block the future. He's going to be unbelievable. He'll go down as one of the greats. And Paul Atkins, where are you, Paul Atkins? And you know, Paul, the crypto guys, they said, everybody said, not only crypto, every industry, they all wanted Paul for the position. And he's a tough cookie, too. He's just, but they actually said, we don't care. We just think he's fair. All they wanted was fairness. And they have somebody that you're really a champion of the street and you're a champion of the country. You're going to do a fantastic job. I saw you interviewed the other night. I watched it about 2 o'clock in the morning. There was a little thing called C-SPAN, which I don't know how many people were watching. Don't worry, you were on primetime too, but they happen to have a little rerun. I don't want to embarrass you. But a fantastic job, really. You are absolutely so perfect for the job. Congratulations, Paul. And Paul is here today among the commissioners, various commissioners, including Hester Pierce and Mark Yoida. Hester and Mark Yoida. Thank you, Hester. Thank you very much. And thank you, Mark, wherever you may be. Is Mark here? Oh, stand up, Mark. I didn't. Good. Thank you. Good job. Good. I'm glad I gave you a second crack you didn't hear because of the thunderous applause for Hester. But thank you. I heard tremendous things about both of you. Thank you very much. My first week in office, I also established the first ever presidential working group on digital assets, and we have an executive director. Where's Bo Hines? Bo Hines. Right, Bo. And Bo is a great football player, right? Bo is a great football player, one of the better players in college football. So I know you from that also. See, who would think that I know that? I know a lot of things, Bo. But he was a champion player. I stopped the weaponization of government against crypto and Bitcoin, and we ended the lawless operation Choke Point 2.0. That was a bad operation. And I kept my promises to the community and granted a full presidential pardon to Ross Ulbricht. Ross Ulbricht.
Kept that promise.
And you have no idea how important that name became. It was like a symbol, and his mother was unbelievable. His mother was an unbelievable woman, but it was so so important to a certain group of people.
That's their audio. That's not me.
All signed up.
There it is.
And with today's signing, we're pushing even further into the exciting new frontier. Just as I promised last year, the Genius Act creates a clear and simple regulatory framework to establish and unleash the immense promise. Here, the Genius Act creates a clear and simple regulatory framework to establish and unleash the immense promise of dollar-backed stable coins. This could be perhaps the greatest revolution in financial technology since the birth of the internet itself. A lot of people are saying that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yes? If you say yes, I'm saying yes. I think it's great that you're involved, I will tell you. Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that. Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the state-of-the-art crypto technology. Who would have thought we would have been saying that 2 years after I really met you for the first time? The Genius Act provides banks, businesses, and financial institutions a framework for issuing crypto assets backed one-for-one with real U.S. dollars, treasury bills, and other cash equivalents. It's really strengthening the dollar and giving the dollar great prominence. And, you know, you have this little group called BRICS. It's fading out fast. But BRICS is, they wanted to try and take over the dollar, the dominance of the dollar, and the standard of the dollar. And I said, anybody that's in the BRICS consortium of nations, we're going to tariff you 10%. And they had a meeting the following day, and almost nobody showed up. They said, leave me alone. We didn't want to, they didn't want to be tariffed, did they, Howard? Huh? So it's amazing. No, we're not going to let the dollar slide. If we have a smart president, you're never going to let the dollar slide. If you have a dummy, that could happen. Like the last one, he would, if you ever asked him about the dollar sliding, he would have no idea. But we can't let that ever happen again. Consumers, vendors, and people all over the world will then be able to use those stable coins for ultra-low-cost transactions that are cleared and settled in a matter of seconds rather than weeks and months. And it's really an amazing thing. And with the privacy, flexibility, and decentralization of cash, this revolution has the potential to supercharge American economic growth and empower billions of people to save and transfer in U.S. dollars. It's really all backed by the dollars. It's really a great thing. And a lot of, you know, we had a lot of Democrat support. I have to tell you that. I was
great thing.
Shocked anytime you get one but we had a tremendous amount of Democrat support, which we appreciate, and which just shows you that you're doing the right thing. This will increase demand for U.S. Treasuries, lower interest rates, and secure the dollar's status as the world's reserve currency for generations to come. The reserve currency is so important. You know, if we lost that, that would be like losing a world war. We can never let anyone play games with us, and that's why when I heard about this group from BRICS, 6 countries basically, I hit them very, very hard. And if they ever really form in a meaningful way, it will end very quickly, I will tell you. For them.
He cannot stay on
They won't be
top.
gone very long. I don't think they'll even do it. They're virtually afraid to meet. I also remain fully committed to my pledge never to allow the creation of a central bank digital currency in America. It won't happen. My first...
Isn't that, though, what... This isn't a thing against Trump or anything. But isn't that... This isn't against Trump or anything. But isn't that essentially what stablecoins are if the government issues them? What's the difference?
So badly. That was so important to them. You know, I was impressed that they knew what the hell it was, to be honest with you. Please, sir, please, the central bank digital currency. Well, you have to make sure, sir. And I'm saying, what do you know about that? It's amazing the knowledge that people have gained all of a sudden. We had a lot of problems with some of them. I said, we've already got it from the Fed, right, from Commerce, and from an executive order. You don't need it a fourth time. Sir, we have to get it. It's amazing. But they knew their subject, though, didn't they, huh? And we helped them out. My first week in office, I signed an executive order to ban the creation of a CBDC in the United States, and very soon I look forward to signing legislation that will codify and ban the, make it a permanent law, put it in permanence. I'm also committed to signing landmark crypto market structure legislation this year to grow the industry. We're going to be growing it even more than people ever thought. It's a really hot industry. And for a little while, 2 nights ago, we were a little concerned.
Signed the bill.
Because we were a little short on votes. Like, I would say maybe we were about 9 short. 9 short at 3 in the morning. We were about 4 short at 3:30 in the morning. And we were in good shape at 4 o'clock in the morning, right? But the people, and few people have fought harder for the bill than we're signing than some of the people here today. You have been unbelievable. It's our White House AI and crypto czar, David Sachs, who has done such a great job. And I did his. He has a show now. I've become a showman. But a couple of years ago, right? It's probably 2 years ago now in San Francisco, and I did his show. And I heard he's a very smart guy, and we had a great show. You kept it going a lot longer, and you got. Is that still your highest rated ever show? Oh, he knows what to say. He knows what. He had a rating that he had millions and millions of people. He said, "What's going on?" But we had a great show. And I said, "You know, that guy's really smart." I said, "If I get elected," I was running at that time. "If I get elected, we're going to bring him into government in some ways. He's worth a fortune. He's made a lot of money. He's a very rich billionaire. But this is more important, isn't it? This is me too. You know, it's like." Doesn't matter. This is much. I know Howard and I talk about it all the time. Howard could go back to his wonderful brokerage firm, hire 1 or 2 people, and it's not the same as what you're doing, right? We're doing the biggest deals in the world. Actually, the deal we're doing now on tariffs is the
Why are we talking about tariffs? We're talking about the bill. Sign the bill.
The biggest deal ever made in history. It could be 1,000 IBMs. I mean,
You've already talked about tariffs.
It's the biggest deal ever done. So it's hard to go back to a brokerage firm and, you know, make $79,000 commission on the sale of a sock, right? It's true. But I want to ask David. So David's been fantastic. He's done an incredible job. And I'd like to ask David to come up, say a few words. Thank you very much.
Oh, my God. No. Well, actually, David's Zach's is all right. He's pretty good.
Thank you so much.
He knows what he's talking about in crypto.
All right, thank you, President Trump. It's a great honor to be here, and it's true that I'd never expected to work in government
Just mixing
at all.
it up,
And then
I'm happy.
everything changed after President Trump came on my podcast, and I accepted this job as crypto czar because I thought it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to work for a president who really wants to get things done for the American people. And if anything, that's been an understatement. The first 6 months of this administration have been more successful than any administration in American history. What's been done? It's just been incredible. President Trump has worked at tech speed. We're used to working fast in Silicon Valley, but even this is fast for us in Silicon Valley, the speed at which you move, President Trump. It's really incredible. And now today, you have another historic legislative achievement that is a monumental step to fulfilling your promise to making the United States the crypto capital of the world. This Genius Act will unlock American dominance in the crypto industry by creating clear rules of the road. It will update archaic payment rails with a revolutionary new payment system, and it will extend U.S. dollar dominance, like you said, globally, by creating a digital dollar that people all over the world can use. And for every digital dollar in a crypto wallet, there'll be a traditional dollar in a U.S. bank account, which will create trillions of dollars of demand for U.S. treasuries. So that is the power of this bill, is U.S. dollar dominance. This is a huge promise made and promise kept by President Trump. And there's just a few other people I'd like to thank. First, my family for being here. Thank you.
I like how concise he is.
And Bo Hines, who President Trump mentions, the director of our crypto council, he really did the heavy lifting here. So, Bo, I just want to thank you again. And my chief of staff, Tracy Johnson, as well, who also does the heavy lifting. And Bill Hagerty and French Hill and all the congressmen and senators who have already been mentioned by President Trump, so I'll save the time, but it was really been an honor to work with all of you. This was really a team effort, but most of all, I want to thank President Trump for accomplishing what nobody thought was possible, and it's true that just earlier this week, the media was reporting that this bill was dead. This bill was dead, and then the media didn't know one thing, that we had a secret weapon. We have a deal maker in chief, and thanks to President Trump, he stepped in and saved this bill. And it's because of your vision, your leadership, your determination, your skill that we're all here today. So thank you very much, President Trump.
Never thank us. It'd be funny if he was like, and I'd like to thank Biden, not like just like a real.
Is that Laura?
Joke. It'd be funny.
Please come.
Not
Please come here. This is our superstar. She was the head of the Republican Party.
If you were going to have
nobody
every other
complained
person
about
speak,
anything, but she has been
this
so
audio
good.
is brutal. This audio is brutal. If you're going to have every other person speak, why did you start with like half an hour of thanking people? Sign the bill.
Son and daughter, right? But you did a fantastic job, and you worked with a great gentleman too. He's doing a fantastic job. But I just want to thank you. I just saw you standing back there. I wanted to bring her in. Thank you very much, Laura. Thank you.
Yeah. Come back, Laura. Attend the FOMCs.
Under the Trump administration, I just got back from Saudi Arabia, and we went to Qatar. We went to
beautiful
a
zoo.
number of countries.
Went to the beach.
And I will tell you,
I made a friend.
the level of respect that
At
this
a
country has
restaurant.
now is incredible. The UAE, I tell you what, we had a time there.
Bro.
Every leader said the same thing. They said 1 year ago, your country was dead.
How
And to
does he
say it
even
that
come
way
up
was
with
like
what to ramble about next?
Same
Like, what?
thing. They said 1 year ago, your country was dead. And they'd say it that way. It was like, I didn't know whether I was supposed to be happy or insulted. But the truth is, we were in deep trouble. But they said 1 year ago, your country was dead.
I'm so
and today you have
ADD
the
is killing
hottest
me.
country anywhere in the world. And it's true. We have the hottest country in the world. We had a country we were a laughing stock with the borders, people pouring in. Can you imagine last month?
I can't
in the month
imagine
of
it,
June,
no.
actually.
I cannot.
Zero. Now, I don't even believe that. Zero. Because
Yeah,
you
I
have hundreds
can't
of
imagine it.
thousands pouring in, and then all of a sudden.
I'm not convinced that he's going to sign this bill. I think that's the point of this meeting. I think that's what it's set out to happen. I'm not sure if it's going to happen. Here we are, an hour after when it was supposed to be signed, and he's talking about the UAE. He's talking about immigrants or something. I don't know, just anything other than He talked about the bill for about 4 minutes. And then David Sachs came on, and he was good. And then now we're back off topic. Where's the bill?
They came from South America. A lot of came from Venezuela. They emptied their jails into our country. Can you imagine?
Okay. I'm so ADD. All I can think about are the ants. Right before the stream, found tens of thousands of ants. An entire ant-like colony in my patio. You might as well just swap in this story for what he's saying right now. An ant colony in my patio, and it was like 10 minutes before the stream, and I was like, God damn, now I'm gonna have to stream while I'm thinking about these ants the whole time. And that's what I've done. But now I'm thinking about these stories.
We're winning in the courts, so we're winning everywhere.
It's winning everywhere, winning in the signatures. I don't know, it almost seems like unceremonious now. Like when he signs it, it's like, well, they've already kind of said the things, or kind of waited, kind of dragged it out. Has anything changed in the markets? Not really. Little green candle for Bitcoin, little green candle for XRPs, little green candle for the Ethereums, little red candle probably for Bitcoin dominance. We did a good wrap up quickly before the show started on these. I don't know how much more attention span I have.
Get on to the next battle, and we'll win. But we're winning all over the world
Let's
right now.
win this
It's not
battle
even
right
close.
now.
Not even close, and we're going to keep it going. Thank you, everybody, very much. Thank you.
Let's win this battle right now by signing the bill. I like that move. Here it is. I was wrong.
When? Yeah, sir.
You got it?
Thank you so much.
History.
This is not an auto pen, by the way. Which is a big scandal. If that were a Republican, it would really be a big scandal. But it is one of the great scandals.
Not even
of
the
our
dudes
time.
around him are laughing.
Thank you
about
very
it.
much, everybody.
They're like, sign the bill. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, history has been made. Well done, everybody. Thanks for joining. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Thanks for joining. The bill is signed against all odds. We stayed on topic long enough to get it signed. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to go deal with my ants. I'll catch you all on Monday, maybe over the weekend if there's some spicy price action. Jump in our Discord, discord.gg/Tom Crown. Join the party. Sign up with BYDFI or exchange partner. Start trading. No KYC. Big old bonuses. Help support the stream. I still have my Ethereum long open. Hopefully it will last through the weekend. We'll find out.